America. And in 1868, Waterhouse traveled to New York City, filling in a lecture hall for talks about dinosaurs, evolution, and even dragons. As he spoke, he sketched out such marvelous illustrations that the audience burst into applause. And then, Waterhouse received a delightful surprise, a letter from the head of Central Park inviting him to build American dinosaurs. His model would inhabit the museum plan for the park's southwest corner. Waterhouse was excited. America's first two dinosaurs, the Heterosaurus and the Leaps, had only recently been discovered. Here was his chance to bring these dinosaurs to life for all to see. The Second Age, America. Waterhouse set right to work. He spent the next 6 months traveling to American museums to learn about American dinosaurs. Again, he built something no one had ever seen before in his life, the first model of a complete dinosaur skeleton. He presented the Hadrosaurus to the Academy of Natural Science in Philadelphia, where it was welcomed with great enthusiasm. Waterhouse was now ready to build his dinosaur. He returned to New York City to the workshop built for him in Central Park. He hired an assistant, and the real work began. Small models, life-size clay figures, iron skeletons, and then a dinosaur. While he and his assistants toiled inside, workmen outside began building the museum. Like the Crystal Palace, the Paleozoic Museum would be an enormous structure of glass and iron with a beautiful arched ceiling. Day after day, the workmen dug the foundation. Okay? Who can tell me a fact on that page? Yes, Gunnar. They started building the Crystal Palace. So it says, like the Crystal Palace, the Paleozoic Museum would be an enormous structure of iron and glass with a beautiful arched ceiling. Yes, Amy? Yes, made of iron and glass. Good job. What happens to the Paleozoic Museum, though?
It gets stopped. The budget cut.
It gets stopped.
Because of Edward Twine.
Boss Tweed. Then the disaster struck. William Boss Tweed, a corrupt politician who controlled much of New York City, said the museum was a waste of money. At 6 feet tall and 300 pounds, Boss Tweed was a big man with an even bigger thirst for power. He reorganized the Parks Department and put his own men in charge. Waterhouse watched in dismay as his work at the museum was stopped. He began looking for a new home for his dinosaurs. He was frustrated that a thieving scoundrel could thwart almost 2 years of work. In March 1871, Waterhouse gave a speech at the New York Museum of Natural History. He stressed the importance of science and art, and then shared the troubles that he was having with the boss. I trust, however, Waterhouse concluded, that in good time the sense of the people will awaken, and they'll realize the vast importance of my work. The audience agreed. One man called Boss greedy. Another said that Boss was the enemy of mankind. New York Times printed it all. Yes?
You know how in every museum they have the same dinosaurs? Do they copy the same model?
No. They all look the same because it's just their skeletons. But if you look at what kind they are, usually they're different. Maybe we'll get to see that in the spring when we go to Discovery Park. Waterhouse carried on with his work, but on May 3rd, his dream was shattered. Vandals broke into his workshop. Welding sledgehammers, they smashed the dinosaurs. They charred the pieces outside and buried them in the park. Waterhouse arrived to find the chaos. Chunks of rubble, mangled wire, plaster shards, and dust. He simply could not believe it. Who do you think did that mess?
Boss Tweed.
Boss Tweed. And here's what the mess looked like. Braylon, sit up, buddy. Okay, no, play with that. Waterhouse